Cubs, welcome and welcome back again. It's time to step into the lion's den. So today I'm going to be doing a reading for Laura Stacy. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you have been holding on. You are a trooper. Okay, this person always says, hi, do a reading for Baekhyun and Dio's friendship. They have been spamming the comment section, and I am going to reward you for your tenacity. I love that you're constantly reminding me of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this as a favor to you just because you're so persistent. I actually like that you did that. So okay, sure, let's go ahead and do a friendship reading between Dio and Baekhyun, and let's go ahead and see where they're at. So I'm gonna have Dio to my left and Baekhyun to my right and see how they feel about each other. Okay, so let's go for Dio. Okay, so well, the cards landed where they wanted to. This is over here on Dio, and this is over here on Baekhyun. So that's very funny. They literally landed where they wanted to. I wonder, let me try something like that actually. Let me see. I'm just gonna like shuffle and let's see if the cards land wherever they kind of want to. Let's see. I think that's gonna be fun. If they land on their left, it's Dio. Land on the right is for Baekhyun. That's just what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm going to drop those over there because it just seemed right. Alrighty. Let me turn these over so it makes sense. And it's funny, light ended up on Baekhyun's side, which is his power, so let's hop into it. And then we have darkness on Dio. It's so funny, like almost like opposites. Okay. First of all, already I see a back and forth between these two, almost like a love-hate relationship. It's also very funny. I want to say Baekhyun does not allow Dio to be depressed. So I don't know if Dio has depression or be sulking somewhere, but with Serenity and Darkness in reverse over here on Dio's side, and even with this light down here, I feel like Baekhyun, they're like the sun and the moon. And I feel like Baekhyun interrupts the moon cycles of like anytime he wants to be by himself or he wants to be, on his lonesome. I'm definitely seeing Baekhyun going to annoy him. So yeah, Dio feels like towards Baekhyun, he wants Baekhyun to almost like relinquish control over Dio himself's mood swings, or when he wants to be alone or wants to be depressed, he almost like wants Baekhyun to let him be. Baekhyun feels like Dio with pleasure in reverse and cycle in reverse. Well, cycle doesn't need to be in reverse. Cycle is just, it's not a reversible word for me. But Baekhyun feels like towards Dio that he doesn't get any fun or find any pleasure in Dio not being fun, or Dio potentially being like depressed, quiet, or just not, or enjoying things in the way Dio likes to enjoy things. It's no fun for Baekhyun, so he feels like Dio's very no fun, so he has to go interrupt his life. And as I say that, it actually is discontent and boredom, right? That's how he feels towards Dio. Dio is so boring. That's where Baekhyun is coming from. He feels like Dio, and recognition and reward is here. He likes when Dio praises him, and he also thinks that Dio is very talented and skilled. But he feels like Dio is way too bland, very, very no fun, and he himself, Baekhyun himself, likes to shine light on his inherent darkness that's over here. On his brooding darkness in order to kind of spice up Dio's life on a personal scale. We have rejection, and we also have comfort and conflict and defeat. So like I said, they're very black and white, sun and moon, like very much opposite energies. So Dio constantly tries to reject Baekhyun's affection, constantly tries to reject Baekhyun's need to be in his life or control his moods and mood swings. And it causes personal trouble for Dio. They definitely get into fusses about it, but Dio always loses. Dio does not win arguments or battles with Baekhyun, because he simply cannot outlast Baekhyun. He is not going to. Dio will run out of energy before Baekhyun runs out of energy, so Dio will always lose. This does make him find Baekhyun a lot more annoying as love begins in reverse. It makes him find Baekhyun a lot more annoying when Baekhyun is in his presence, so he's very easy to anger when it comes to Baekhyun. Or just to be not happy that Baekhyun is here, because Baekhyun is just not going to let him, as we have here, suffer in silence. But Dio would like for Baekhyun to let him suffer in silence. And honestly, Baekhyun is like, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. Baekhyun is like, you're not gonna sit over here and brood in my presence, okay? So let's see what we have last for these two. Okay, this is in the center. It's a few cards that come out here. So it's funny. So we have seduction. It says attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. We have keys on the ring, many options, decisions, unconditional string along, one night stand. We have, this is a love oracle, by the way, but sometimes it helps me with just dynamics in general, so I pull them anyway. We have wedding rings, union, married, soul connection, eternal love, karmic relationship, feelings, triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So Dio has a lot of love and affection for Baekhyun. He really does love and care for him, but he is triggered by him. He also, like I've been saying, Baekhyun does come with extra added stress because Dio feels like he can't sit through his issues when Baekhyun is around, so he can't even sort himself out. And like in the seduction, it's like you can imagine Dio's the one in the office chair and Baekhyun is the one on his desk. So Dio trying to mind his business and Baekhyun is just right in his face. So yeah, he also feels, even with wedding rings and keys on a string is almost like Baekhyun's cycle. Like it's the same routine and then you're on this ride that you can't get off of. And we have wedding rings along on this side. I didn't get to these card, but we have engagement ring here too. So this is talking about both of them being stuck together, attached to each other, them being in a contract together via, even though it's not a marriage contract, it is a contract that in which they are together a lot of the times. On Baekhyun's and excuse me, this was supposed to be in the middle. In between them, they have passion, insane chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. So in the end, they both really still, like I said, enjoy each other's time, and you know, are okay being around each other, like being around each other, are friends, all of that good stuff. I just think Dio's biggest problem and Baekhyun's biggest problem is Dio may have a tendency to be quite a bit sulky, but for Dio, that's how he sorts with his emotions. And then it's like Baekhyun's problem is overstepping those boundaries and not allowing Dio to have his safe space while around him. We have engagement ring from Baekhyun's point. It says engagement, partnership, commitment, it's eternity, completion, and union. So Baekhyun is very much attached to Dio as well, and he finds it his responsibility to take care of Dio in the way that he knows how to do so. So yeah, these two have a lot of love for each other. They're committed to each other and committed to caring for each other. They do have their little issues that they could sort out with boundaries. And if you want to read this in a romantic way, for those who are interested in them as a ship, they may have had a fling here and there, potentially, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. If you were interested in them romantically, there may have been a fling here or there, but I'm not seeing an actual, at least personally, I don't feel like there's a permanent or a stable connection, like actual dating or anything like that. That's personally what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling that that's there. But definitely there could have been a fling or two that happened between them. But yeah, on a platonic level, it's absolutely, they just need to work on certain boundaries that are okay to cross and what's not okay to cross. And when I say they, I mean Baekhyun needs to work on boundaries. But it's nothing overly serious. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of cycles that are here coming up. So, and just kind of like habits, things that they've been used to. It's a routine. They're very used to it, very off and on, very fussy, hitting, annoyed at each other and still latched onto each other at the end of the day. So these two are going to be fine. They just have like maybe cat and mouse kind of relationship, or like two grumpy pets that swear they hate each other but can't sleep without each other kind of relationship. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified for more readings. I hope to see you guys again next time in the Lion's Den. Love you all so much. Bye.